Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon. So, quality control in hard-gelatine capsule filling process in continuous motion. A review of cutting-edge 100% net weight control. This is the agenda. We touch these points. So, we have an overview before to focus on the main subject. So we will talk a little bit about on oral dosage forms. We have an overview of capsule filling technologies and production weight control. And we focus more on the 100% in process net control in continuous motion. And we talk also about production control reports. We start talking a little bit about oral dosage forms, liquids. Liquids are solutions, emulsions, syrups, and suspensions. Are easier to swallow, are rapidly available for absorption in the body, and there is also dosing flexibility for children. Oral dosage form solids like tablets, capsules, granules, and powder. Higher stability, easier to administer, higher dosing accuracy, better palatability, easier identification, color, shape, simple transportation, and cheaper manufacturing. Oral dosage forms, tablets or capsules. Tablets are a mixture of powdered active substance and excipients and compacted into an hard and smooth solid dosage. Capsules, mixture of powder active substance and excipients enclosed in a hard and soluble container. Now, the first poll. So the question is, what percentage of your production goes into capsules compared to the total production of your company? We have a multiple choice, 0%, between 0 and 5%, between 5 and 10%, between 10% and 20%, more than over 20%. Now, please answer to this first poll. Thank you. Okay, so very good to see that nobody is 0%, happy about that. So 60% about 0 and 5%, 20% from 5 to 10, and also 20% from 10 to 20. Thank you very much. Now, we talk a little bit more about oral solid dosage forms, tablets, but our focus is on capsules. Capsules, as we said before, has no odor and no taste, blinding, different shell options, maybe as you know. It is possible to fill also liquid inside capsule or fill pellets or mini tablets, guarantee an oxygen protection, and also a multiple color combination. Also, they can have a quick release, and the content also can be poured in a beverage. Capsule filling technology. Capsule filling technology depends on the quantity of capsules that has to be produced in small batches for example, preclinical lots or clinical studies in early phase or in phase 1, manual production, semi-automatic production. For large batches, advanced clinical study, commercial and production lots, there are machines and the production is automatic. Machines are intermittent motion technology or continuous motion technology. We have a very short recap about the most common filling technology. First one, because is the most common one, is tamping pin for intermittent motion. Tamping pins work like we can see on the right of the screen. There is a powder bed. There are pins 1 to 5 that compact the slag into holes that are located into the dosing disc. And at the end, after station 5, there is an execution, so the slag is the compressed product, is moved in the capsule body. There are pros and cons. Pros, tamping pin is suitable for products that has to be compacted, and it is possible also to achieve a high level of compression. Cons, no product without compaction, and also it is very difficult to change the weight of the product into the capsule body. So we can say a limited dose range, because in order to change the weight, it is necessary change the dosing disc. Next one is a drum filler. A drum filler also applied in intermittent motion machines. A drum is a drum with holes. The holes capped the powder from the powder bed, store the powder, and also there is a scraper, and the product is released in a capsule body. There are advantages and disadvantages also of this solution, this system, this principle. The pros are very low residual product, so almost all product will fill it into the capsule, and also is a very accurate system for micro and low dosages. There are cons. Again, here, the system has a limited dosage range. It is easy to understand that the quantity of product is related to the volume of the hole into the drum. So if it is necessary to change the volume, it is necessary mainly, most probably, change the drum. And also, in order to have the product into the cavity, it is necessary to have a vacuum, and the membrane filter require cleaning over time. Powder capsule filling technology, dosator in intermittent motion. We will be more specific in a dosator principle later on in the next slides. We can see here a dosator applied in intermittent motion machine. The advantages of a dosator are that flexible dosage range, because a dosator acts like a syringe, and changing the stroke, it is easy and very fast to change the range, the quantity of product dosed, and is suitable for standard dosage and also for low dosage, and it is possible to have a vacuum option. The advantages are, for example, there are multiple dosators that gains entering at the same time into the dosage chopper. Dosator enter perpendicularly at higher speed into the dosage chopper. This is not a disadvantage, but the disadvantage is more powder that came out, and the risk of product loss. And if it is used at vacuum, the dosage performance are function of vacuum uniformity. Now, another one system is microdosing in intermittent motion. We have here a very small vibrating tray. The vibrating tray move using micro steps. Microsteps, high-frequency microsteps, move the product from the tray to the capsule body. The advantages are that almost any kind of product can be dosed, no size part are required, wide dosage range is achievable, and there is almost no product residuals. There are also disadvantages, cons, if not, this should be the perfect system, but the speed slow down with higher dosage, and it is available only for application because of the low speed. More, a dosator in continuous motion. I'm going to share to you a video where you can see how works a dosator in a continuous motion. We see in color the part that provide the dosage. We have dosator, container, product hopper, and feeding sector. Now we can see deeply. We will go more closer to the process, and we see here that the dosator that act like a syringe goes into the product bed, into the powder, into the powder bed, and there is a piston and dosator, and the piston inside the dosator kept the product that has to be dosed and to move it into the capsule body, as we are going to see very soon. You will see that changing the chamber, it is the distance between piston and dosator, it is possible to change easily the volume and so the weight of the product that is going to be moved into the capsule body. Yeah, we call slag the amount of product that is inside a dosator, and it will be moved into the capsule body. This is how a dosator principle works in continuous motion. We are going to see how the product is moved into the capsule body, and this is how the dosator works in continuous motion. I have more 2 slides in order to explain a little bit better in a different way the principle. This is a schematic. We can see in position number 2 that the dosator and the pistons came into dives inside the rotary container, and the piston remains in upper position, and so is creating a slack and is like a syringe, act like a syringe. And also it is possible to apply compression moving down the piston. Here we can see how the slag is moved into the capsule body. Now, how we can control the production weight? We have several weights. Here we talk mainly about 2. There are more, but we can have a statistic production weight control. The process control consists of checking capsule average weight at regular intervals. So same capsule are taken from the good one, the good output, and are put on a weight cell. In that way, it is possible to understand to verify if the process is under control, for example, within the specific weight limits. This is a statistic production weight control. Statistics mean every, let's say, 100 capsule, 150 capsule, one every 50 capsule, one every 100 capsule is weight, and we think that it is representative of the process. We can have also 100% net production weight control. 100% quality control, weight control consists of controlling the entire production of capsule, of the whole lot, comparing the net weight of each capsule against the predefined control limits. The outcome of this comparison allows the classification of each capsule as conforming, not conforming. Conforming capsules are processed, while not conforming capsules are individually and automatically rejected. It is possible also adjust the chamber of the dosator in order to stay in very close to the target weight. Poll number 2. Do you know what does 100 net weight control for capsule production mean? No. Yes, and you use. Yes, but you do not use. Take your time. So 44% no, 22 yes, and you know, but you don't use. Okay, thank you for your answer. Now, for everybody, I will go deeply in how this system works and what is capable to do. But before we have to talk a little bit about why and what are the advantages of using 100% weight control for capsule production. First of all, minimizing patient safety risk and reducing customer complaints. One more, compliance with European pharmacopoeia standards, ensuring product quality and therapeutic effectiveness, because accurate weight control guarantee that each capsule contains the correct dose of API. This prevents underdosing, which can reduce therapeutic efficacy, and overdosing, which can lead to adverse effects. I have to add something on this point. There are products, this are a real situation, real applications, where because of the not synthetic origin of the API, the effectivity of the API changes between one production batch to the other production batch. So it is possible with our system change the target weight according to the effectiveness of the API and check in production for each single capsule produced. Also, optimizing manufacturing process, because real weight monitoring allows to immediate detection and correction of the process deviation. So it is possible to change the chamber volume and so the final weight. This is a contribution to higher efficiency and reduced product waste and more stable product output. Compliance with good manufacturing practice, support for process validation and regulatory certification. And now how we can do net weight control in a different way. One way is to use the gravimetric system, but typically is used offline. Why is used offline? Because it takes times. The stabilization time of a weighing cells, not always is compatible con the high-speed machine, and in order to give more time to weighing cells, is necessary to measure in parallel, so are necessary many weighing cells. And in capacitive system, we are going to go deeply into this. In a capacitive system, the measurement is based on detecting the change in electrical capacitance related to the mass of the product. This system is very fast, so it's suitable for 100% inline control also in high-speed machines, and it can check every single capsule during production without slowing down the line, every single capsule, and also, we will see later, every single component into the capsule. It is compact and easy to integrate into capsule filler, small sensor that fits smoothly into capsule filling, and there are no moving mechanical parts, sorry. So, 100% net weight control system. There are two sensors that are integrated into the machine. Are based on capacitive technologies. The measures are sent to the control PC, which calculates the net weight. An analytical balance is used to maintain the correct calibration of the net system to relate the capacitive measure to the weight. And of course, also not compliant capsules are always discharged. Net weight control, how it works. Again, it is based on two capacitive sensors. The first sensor measures the empty capsule. The second sensor measures the same capsule after it has been filled with the product. We see on the right side of the screen the capsule, on the left the empty capsule, and on the right the filled capsule. The capacity is detected, is memorized, and is compared to the capacity of the filled capsule. The difference is the net weight. Same thing more inside the system. The capacitive sensor consists in an electrical field very low voltage, nothing dangerous, very low voltage, very low current, and electric field generator, and a measuring electrode, but high frequency. The detected electric field change as a function of the mass being positioned between the transfer disk and the electrode. This is the transfer disk, is the disk that handle the capsule. This is the capsule, and this is the electrode that we have just seen before, but I came back just a little bit. This is the sensor. This is a section of the sensor. This is how it works, and it works like that. You see, more is the product, more is the change in electric field, so more is the capacity detected, and this is linear. This is for 100% in process net weight control. Okay, next one is in process single component net weight control. This system performs the control of 100% net weight of produced capsule with same additional features. The capacitive sensor, which are located inside the disk fully integrated in the dosing unit, later on we will see in detail, allow an ever more accurate measurement. There they measure each single component in case of product combination, because as we saw before, in a capsule can be not only powder, but for example, combinations of powder and pellets, tablets plus powder, and so, or pellets of 4 different, let's say, color pellets of 3 different types. And it is very important to measure also the net weight of each single component. How it works? We have here a measuring disc. A measuring disc is done like that. We have one measuring bush for each dosing station. So the this is the capsule body. This is we see on the right of the screen. I hope you see my pointer, my arrow. I hope so. But we see on the right the bush and the sensor, and we move the capsule body inside the sensor, and we measure just the empty capsule and later on the filled capsule. And again here, the sensor detects the different capacity of the empty capsule body to the filled capsule body for each single capsule, for each single dosing unit. In that way, we say the system is more accurate and also can check every single component. We see in a different way how it works. We have in the first station the capsule body that is in the transport system. Later on, the empty capsule body is moved upwards into the multi-net measuring disc. A first measure of the empty body is collected by the multi-net system in number 2, in the second station. And dosator and piston go down to fill the capsule body with the product slag if we are filling powder. A second measure of the filled body is collected by the multi-net system in station 4, and the net measure is obtained by subtraction. The filled capsule body is then moved downwards and a new cycle starts. This is how the 100% net weight system works. And to analyze and to report the production quality in terms of weight and accuracy, there are 2 types of report: process reports and analytical reports. Process reports, the control system can be using during a batch production to print out various product process report. The report layout can be configured for a supervisor, and there are all these reports available. What is more interesting for us are the process report related to the dosator weighing analysis. So for each single dosator, it is possible to see the average weight, the standard deviation, and the CV for each single dosator. In this example, we see 48 different dosators. And it is also possible to check, to see the batch analysis. So what happened during a batch analysis? In this is a batch of 10,000 capsules, for example, and the minimum, maximum, the range, the average, the standard deviation, the CV, and so are recorded and storage and related to a certain batch. More, we have a analytical report. Analytical function provide supervisor, system administration, and quality managers with a useful tools for analyzing a particular production or quality trend over a specified period. Analytical functions produce graphics and numerical reports on screen or printout. These graphics are also useful for tracing machine operating faults and to establish corrective action. The analytical functions are as follow: machine performance and productivity analysis, batch quality analysis, configuration analysis. We can see here some more examples. This graph show, for example, an average weight for each dosator. And for each dosator, it is possible to see what is the average and also the standard deviation, and see how we are compared inside the intervals of 2 sigma or 3 sigma. And this use is useful to understand if there is something critical in the process before the machine start to increase rejections. One more example of analytical report is batch analysis. We can see in a different representation the Gaussian of the filling process, and we can see again how the system is able to guarantee the net weight and how far are, hopefully, very far from the external limits. So, a very quick recap. We talk about oral dosage forms. We move to solids, more specifically to capsules. We explore a little bit how are the most common principle of dosing in capsule, intermediate motion, continuous motion, and also in production weight control, statistic control, 100% net weight control, and we talk about 100% in process net weight control, 100% in process single component net weight control. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope I was clear enough. If not, or if you have questions, please ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sergio. And so now we're open to Q&A. Would anyone like to unmute and ask Sergio a question? Or please do post one in the chat and then we can share it. And I think the slides can be shared after the session, right? For anyone that's
Yes.
missed the beginning. So, and also you could ask your questions later and we will forward it on to the team at MG2, who will be very happy to cover any other queries you might have. Does anyone have any questions? You must have covered it really well, Sergio.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone's kind of like, oh, okay, that's good. So that's good. Um, Last chance for everyone to have any questions. And you're based out of Italy, right, Sergio?
Yes, in Italy.
Yeah. And projects in Asia? Have you actually, in terms of what you've done out in this region?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Mm, I cannot say a
Who?
lot, but same. But yeah. Yes.
That's very good. Okay. All right. Well, if there are no questions, then I think we will let Sergio go and get on with the rest of your day because it's still morning for you. And I think for everyone else, it will be an evening. We'd like to thank everyone for joining this session. I'd like to thank MG2 for hosting and for sharing their expertise with us. And obviously, if you have any queries or concerns, please do let us know and we will follow up with them. So otherwise, if there's no other queries, then we'd like to thank Sergio for his time and for sharing, and also Claudia and colleagues for being able to put this together for us. So thank you, everyone, and I'd like to wish everyone a very good evening. And until our next webinar or Tech Tuesday, we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Thank you.